The 2009 NBA Draft was held on June 25, 2009, the WaMu Theatre at Madison Square Garden in New York City, New York. In this draft, National Basketball Association teams took turns selecting amateur U.S. college basketball players and other eligible players, including international players. The Los Angeles Clippers, who won the draft lottery on May 19, 2009, used their first overall draft pick to draft Blake Griffin from University of Oklahoma. However, he missed the entire 2009 Euro-10 season due to surgery on his broken left kneecap, which he injured during the pre-season. Tanzanian-born Hasheem Thabeet from University of Connecticut was drafted second overall by the Memphis Grizzlies. Thabeet became the first player born in Tanzania to be drafted by an NBA team. James Harden was drafted third overall in the 2009 NBA Draft by the Oklahoma City Thunder. This made him the first player to be drafted by the franchise as the Oklahoma City Thunder, whose franchise moved from Seattle to OKC in 2008. The Sacramento Kings drafted Tyreke Evans fourth overall and was named 2009 Euro-10 NBA Rookie of the Year, after he became the fourth NBA player in history to average at least 20 points, 5 rebounds and 5 assists in his rookie season, joining the elite club of Oscar Robertson, Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Spanish teenager Ricky Rubio was drafted 5th overall by the Minnesota Timberwolves. Rubio became the 5th highest international player who never played U.S. college basketball to be drafted in the NBA, tied with Nikoloz Tskitishvili, and behind Yao Ming, Andrea Bargnani, Darko Miličić and Pau Gasol. 23rd pick Omri Casspi became the first Israeli player to be drafted in the first round, and later he became the first Israeli to play in the NBA. The 2009 draft marked the first time 3 sons of former NBA players were selected in the top 15 picks of the draft. Stephen Curry, son of Del Curry, was drafted 7th overall by the Golden State Warriors. Gerald Henderson, Jr., son of Gerald Henderson, was drafted 12th overall by the Charlotte Bobcats. Austin Daye, son of Darren Daye, was drafted 15th overall by the Detroit Pistons. The draft also marked the first time a former high school player who skipped college to play professional basketball in Europe was selected in an NBA draft. Brandon Jennings, who skipped college to play professional basketball with Italian team Lottamatica Roma, was drafted 10th overall by the Milwaukee Bucks in the draft. Of the 60 players drafted, 4 were freshmen, 9 were sophomores, 12 were juniors, 22 were seniors, and 13 were international players without U.S. college basketball experience. The University of North Carolina's Tar Heels had the most players selected in the draft. 3 players were selected in the first round and 1 was selected in the second round. This marked the second time ever that 4 Tar Heels players were selected in the first 2 rounds of an NBA draft. The Minnesota Timberwolves had the league-high 4 first-round draft picks and the first time in team history that the team held 2 top 10 draft picks. The Timberwolves also had 2 second-round draft picks and became the team with the most draft picks in the 2009 draft with a total of 6 draft picks. The Houston Rockets and the Orlando Magic were the only NBA teams who did not have a draft pick this year, although Houston acquired 3 drafted players' rights after the draft. Eligibility. The basic requirements for draft eligibility are, all drafted players must be born on or before December 31, 1990. Any player who is not an international player, as defined in the collective bargaining agreement between the NBA and its players' union, must be at least 1 year removed from the graduation of his high school class. The CBA defines international players as players who permanently resided outside the U.S. for 3 years prior to the draft, did not complete high school in the U.S., and have never enrolled at a U.S. college or university. The basic requirement for automatic eligibility for a U.S. player is the completion of his college eligibility. Players who meet the CBA definition of international players are automatically eligible if their 22nd birthday falls during or before the calendar year of the draft. U.S. players who were at least 1 year removed from their high school graduation and have played professional basketball with a team outside the NBA were also automatically eligible. Former high school player Brandon Jennings meets these criteria, having graduated high school in 2008, skipped college basketball and then played professional basketball in Italy. A player who is not automatically eligible must declare his eligibility for the draft by notifying the NBA offices in writing no later than 60 days before the draft. For the 2009 draft, this date fell on April 26. An early entry candidate is allowed to withdraw his eligibility for the draft by notifying the NBA offices in writing no later than 10 days before the draft. This year, a total of 74 collegiate players and 29 international players declared as early entry candidates. At the withdrawal deadline, 55 early entry candidates withdrew from the draft, leaving 39 collegiate players and 10 international players as the early entry candidates for the draft. A player who is hired an agent will forfeit his remaining college eligibility, regardless of whether he is drafted. Also, while the collective bargaining agreement between the league and its players' union allows a player to withdraw from the draft twice, the National Collegiate Athletic Association mandates that a player who is declared twice loses his college eligibility. This second provision affected Chase Budinger, Wayne Ellington, and T.Y. Lawson, all of whom declared and withdrew from the 2008 draft. Draft lottery. The lottery selection to determine the order of the top 14 picks in the 2009 draft occurred on May 19, 2009. The Los Angeles Clippers won the first pick, while the Memphis Grizzlies and Oklahoma City Thunder moved up to second and third picks respectively. The Sacramento Kings and Washington Wizards, who had the two best chances to land a top 3 pick, fell down to the 4th and 5th spots, the lowest possible picks they could be awarded through the lottery. The remaining first-round picks and all the second-round picks were assigned to teams in reverse order of their win-loss records in the previous season. As is commonplace in the event of identical win-loss records, the NBA performed a random drawing to break the ties on April 17, 2009. Below were the chances for each team to get specific picks in the 2009 draft lottery, rounded to 3 decimal places. A1, a Washington Wizards pick was later traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Draft. AA, a Nikoloz was born in the United States, has dual U.S. and Greek citizenship. He has represented Greece internationally. AB, a Goran Sutin, who was born in Bosnia and Herzegovina, is also a naturalized citizen of the United States since 2006. AC, Amir Prelda 3/4 year, who was born in Bosnia and Herzegovina, also has Slovenian and Turkish citizenship. He had represented Slovenia internationally in 2008, before switching to Turkey. AD, a Chinmalu Ilanu was born in Nigeria, is also a naturalized citizen of the United States. Trades involving draft picks. Pre-draft trades. Prior to the day of the draft, the following trades were made and resulted in exchanges of draft picks between the teams. A 1-2 on June 24, 2009, Minnesota acquired the 5th pick, Etan Thomas, Darius Songela and Oleksiy Pekarov from Washington in exchange for Randy Foye and Mike Miller. Minnesota used the 5th pick to draft Ricky Rubio. Beyond July 31, 2007, Minnesota reacquired their 2009 first-round draft pick along with Al Jefferson, Gerald Green, Ryan Gomez, Sebastian Telfair, Theo Ratliff, a 2009 first-round draft pick and cash considerations from Boston in exchange for Kevin Garnett. Previously, Boston acquired a 2009 first-round draft pick, Wally Szczerbiak, Michael Olowokandi and Dwayne Jones on January 26, 2006 from Minnesota in exchange for Ricky Davis, Marcus Banks, Mark Blunt, Justin Reed and 2 second-round draft picks. Minnesota used the 28th pick to draft Wayne Ellington. See on October 24, 2007, Minnesota acquired a 2009 first-round draft pick, Antoine Walker, Wayne Simon, Michael DeLeek and cash considerations from Miami in exchange for Ricky Davis and Mark Blunt. Minnesota used the 18th pick to draft T.Y. Lawson. D1-2-3 on June 24, 2009, Portland acquired the 22nd pick from Dallas in exchange for the 24th pick, 56th pick and a 2010 second-round draft pick. Portland used the 22nd pick to draft Vark Tuklova, and Dallas used the 24th and 56th pick to draft Byron Mullens and Ahmad Nivens respectively. On August 14, 2008, Sacramento acquired a 2009 first-round draft pick, Bobby Jackson, Donta copyright green and cash considerations from Houston in exchange for Ron Artest, Sean Singletary and Patrick Ewing, Jr. Sacramento used the 23rd pick to draft Omri Casspi. On February 20, 2008, Oklahoma City acquired a 2009 first-round draft pick, Francisco Elson and Brent Barry from San Antonio in exchange for Kurt Thomas. Oklahoma City used the 25th pick to draft Rodrigue B. Boys. On February 19, 2009, Chicago acquired Denver's 2009 first-round draft pick from Oklahoma City in exchange for Thabo Sefolosha. Previously, Oklahoma City acquired a 2009 first-round draft pick, Chucky Atkins and cash considerations on January 7, 2009 from Denver in exchange for a 2009 second-round draft pick and Joan Petro. Chicago used the 26th pick to draft Taj Gibson. On February 19, 2009, Memphis acquired a 2009 first-round draft pick, Mike Wilkes, Adonal Foyle and cash considerations from Orlando in a three-team trade with Orlando and Houston. Memphis used the 27th pick to draft DeMar Carroll. On June 26, 2008, Portland acquired a 2009 second-round draft pick from the LA Clippers in exchange for the draft rights to Mike Taylor. Portland used the 33rd pick to draft Dante Cunningham. On January 7, 2009, Denver acquired a 2009 second-round draft pick and Joan Petro from Oklahoma City in exchange for a 2009 first-round draft pick, Chucky Atkins and cash considerations. Denver used the 34th pick to draft Sergio Llull. On October 31, 2005, Detroit acquired a 2009 second-round draft pick from Minnesota in exchange for Ronald Dupree. Detroit used the 35th pick to draft Dajuan Summers. On December 24, 2008, Memphis reacquired their 2009 second-round draft pick along with Steve Francis and cash considerations from Houston in exchange for a 2011 second-round draft pick. Previously, Houston acquired a 2009 second-round draft pick and the draft rights to Donta copyright green from Memphis in a three-team trade with Memphis and Portland on June 26, 2008. And on June 26, 2008, San Antonio acquired Golden State's 2009 second-round draft pick, the draft rights to Malik Hairston and cash considerations from Phoenix in exchange for the draft rights to Goran Dragic. Previously, Phoenix acquired 2007 and 2009 second-round draft picks on January 3, 2005 from Golden State in exchange for Angstrom 1/2 Arco Ibakapa. San Antonio used the 37th pick to draft DeJuan Blair. 0-1-2 on June 26, 2008, Portland acquired a 2009 second-round draft pick from Denver in a three-team trade with Denver and Chicago. Portland also acquired New York's 2009 second-round draft pick and Chicago's 2010 second-round draft pick from Chicago. Previously, Chicago acquired a 2006 first-round draft pick, 2007 and 2009 second-round draft picks, an option to exchange 2007 first-round draft picks, Tim Thomas, Michael Sweetney and Jermaine Jackson on October 4, 2005 from New York in exchange for Eddie Curry and Antonio Davis. Portland used the 38th and 55th pick to draft John Brockman and Patrick Mills respectively. On June 15, 2007, Detroit acquired 2009 and 2011 second-round draft picks from Toronto in exchange for Carlos Delfino. Detroit used the 39th pick to draft Jonas Jerebko. On August 11, 2008, Charlotte acquired New Jersey's 2009 second-round draft pick from Oklahoma City in exchange for the draft rights to Kyle Weaver. Previously, Oklahoma City acquired a 2009 second-round draft pick on July 7, 2006 from New Jersey in exchange for Mickey Moore. Charlotte used the 40th pick to draft Derek Brown. On December 6, 2004, the LA Lakers acquired 2005 and 2009 second-round draft picks from Charlotte in exchange for Kareem Rush. the LA Lakers used the 42nd pick to draft Patrick Beverley. On June 28, 2007, Miami acquired a 2009 second-round draft pick from Indiana in exchange for the draft rights to Stanko Bearer. Miami used the 43rd pick to draft Marcus Thornton. T12 on June 26, 2008, Minnesota acquired Philadelphia's and Miami's 2009 second-round draft picks and cash considerations from Miami in exchange for the draft rights to Mario Chalmers. Previously, Miami acquired a 2009 second-round draft pick, the draft rights to Daquan Cook and cash considerations on June 28, 2007 from Philadelphia in exchange for the draft rights to Jason Smith. Minnesota used the 45th and 47th pick to draft Nikoloz and Henk Norrell respectively. On February 21, 2008, Cleveland acquired Ben Wallace, Joe Smith and a 2009 second-round draft pick from Chicago in a three-team trade with Chicago and Oklahoma City. Cleveland used the 46th pick to draft Danny Green. On June 21, 2006, San Antonio acquired New Orleans' 2009 second-round draft pick, Matt Bonner and Eric Williams from Toronto in exchange for Rasho Nesterovia. Previously, Toronto acquired Miami's 2006 second-round draft pick and New Orleans' 2009 second-round draft pick on January 31, 2006 from New Orleans in exchange for Aaron Williams. San Antonio used the 51st pick to draft Jack McClinton. On October 10, 2008, Indiana acquired 2009 and 2010 second-round draft picks, Eddie Jones and cash considerations from Dallas in exchange for Sean Williams. Indiana used the 52nd pick to draft A.J. Price. On July 12, 2007, San Antonio acquired a 2009 second-round draft pick, Vasilis Spanoulis and cash considerations from Houston in exchange for Jackie Butler and the draft rights to Luis Scola. San Antonio used the 53rd pick to draft Nando De Colo. On February 13, 2007, Charlotte acquired a 2009 second-round draft pick, Eric Williams and cash considerations from San Antonio in exchange for Melvin Ely. Charlotte used the 54th pick to draft Robert Vaden. On July 20, 2007, Phoenix acquired Orlando's 2009 second-round draft pick from Oklahoma City in exchange for 2008 and 2010 first-round draft picks and Kurt Thomas. Previously, Oklahoma City acquired a 2009 second-round draft pick on July 11, 2007 from Orlando in exchange for Rashard Lewis. Phoenix used the 57th pick to draft Amir Prelda 3/4 year, or on June 26, 2008, Miami acquired a 2009 second-round draft pick from Cleveland in exchange for the draft rights to Darnell Jackson. Miami used the 60th pick to draft Robert Dozier. Draft day trades. The following trades involving drafted players were made on the day of the draft. Denver acquired the draft rights to 18th pick T.Y. Lawson from Minnesota in exchange for a future conditional first-round draft pick. B12 Oklahoma City acquired the draft rights to 24th pick Byron Mullens from Dallas in exchange for the draft rights to 25th pick Rodrigue B-Boys and a 2010 second-round draft pick. New York acquired the draft rights to 29th pick Tony Douglas from the LA Lakers in exchange for a 2011 second-round draft pick and cash considerations. D12 Portland acquired the draft rights to 31st pick Jeff Pendergraph from Sacramento in exchange for Sergio Rodriguez, the draft rights to 38th pick John Brockman and cash considerations. Houston acquired the draft rights to 32nd pick Jermaine Taylor from Washington in exchange for cash considerations. Houston acquired the draft rights to 34th pick Sergio Llull from Denver in exchange for cash considerations. Miami acquired the draft rights to 42nd pick Patrick Beverley from the LA Lakers in exchange for a 2011 second-round draft pick and cash considerations. New Orleans acquired the draft rights to 43rd pick Marcus Thornton from Miami in exchange for 2010 and 2012 second-round draft picks. Houston acquired the draft rights to 44th pick Chase Budinger from Detroit in exchange for a future second-round draft pick and cash considerations. J. Dallas acquired the draft rights to 45th pick Nikoloz from Minnesota in exchange for a 2010 second-round draft pick and cash considerations. K. Oklahoma City acquired the draft rights to 54th pick Robert Vaden from Charlotte in exchange for cash considerations. L. Cleveland acquired the draft rights to 57th pick Amir Prelda 3/4 year from Phoenix in exchange for cash considerations. Notable undrafted players. These players were not selected in the 2009 NBA draft but have played at least one game in the NBA. References: General. Specific. External links: NBA.com, Draft 2009 at the Wayback Machine, 2009 NBA Draft ESPN.